Hey folks, welcome to another Mindustry Hex Wars match. In this video, I don't face any competition, I just wanted to show you my build order for starting a match. This, it's not a perfect build order, but it works for me. It's gotten me this far. So, first step is power, because we need power to make drogs, and we need drogs to get copper and lead. So, throw down a quick, cheap power. I do mine with 4 of these copper drills, 2 coal steam generators. Provides plenty of power for a while, and I like to connect up to my solar panels, so then you can power exactly however many drogs I got there. I think it's 12. So that works very well. You want to get as many drogs as possible right away. Okay, then the next step is graphite, because you're going to run out of graphite pretty fast. And this is a little cheap graphite build. It's very common, but you don't quite start off with enough materials for it, so whenever you've run out of materials, go gather more. So press E to pause building, and then click on some mineral that you need. So you need lead, and I need some copper to get me started. The idea is you don't really want to be not doing anything at any point in the game. So if you're stuck not able to finish a building because you don't have the resources, then go collect resources or build something that you can build that you need for that big project that you're working on. Okay, so we got a little bit of graphite flowing. Then the very next thing is silicon. You could do titanium, but I usually do silicon first and then titanium right afterwards. Silicon you need for a lot of the basic stuff, and I've got a pretty basic silicon design. It's pretty common design as well. Pretty easy to make. 8 of these. It needs 2 titanium belts of sand, which you can easily get from a whole bunch of copper drills. But I decided I do need titanium first. This isn't a perfect build order. I just got this convenient match where it's only me and this other guy who doesn't attack me the whole time. So turned it into a build order video. So now, okay, so we're throwing down the mines for the sand. I like to do it in 2 long rows like this. Then you can fit 1 titanium conveyor belt down the middle, and both sides can be combined for another titanium belt. This, I'm not sure if it's exact, but I got 8 drills, well, 16 drills total for this belt. That's close enough. In FFA, you've got to move pretty quick, so you can't really pause to make sure that everything's perfectly efficient. Just slap it down and keep going. So now the silicon's on. Usually have enough power for that much silicon. Oh, after a drog is finished building, it doesn't take any more power, so I got the opportunity to put down more drogs before adding more power. Okay, so we got titanium going, we got graphite going, we got silicon flowing in. And I forgot to mention, the first thing I do also is take another hex. That gives you another core, gives you some more space, and also right away you want to scout for more sand, because if you're not in a sandy place, that makes everything a lot more difficult. You can make your designs just based on scrap, but sand is important to make silicon and to make oil extractors for a lot of other stuff. So right after titanium, silicon, graphite's all set up, then I put in some thorium, because thorium you need to make air blast drills, and a lot of my stuff relies on air blast drills, like now. Gonna put down an air blast, gonna make some graphite, because even though we've got a little bit of graphite, we're gonna need more graphite. Graphite you use for a lot of building materials, and it's not the quickest material since you have to make it out of coal. Takes a fair amount of power. Those multi-presses. Okay, so we got the air blast that I'm holding right now. The multi-press is about to pop out. Oh, never mind. Now it's time for more power. Okay, so add graphite, then add more power. Generally, you start with these coal-powered generators. You could do power with something else like spores, but coal's the easiest. It's already on the map. So add power. I've already run out of graphite, so I want to add more. That's why I couldn't finish the power thing. But before I finished it, I mean, yeah, I got halfway done with it, so it's already making a little bit of power. And you can see power's all over the place a little bit. Let's finish up the multi-press. You know, this is what I was trying to avoid. I'm paused, waiting for something to finish. Okay, it's done. Now we can go finish the power. We should have just about enough. Okay, those weren't powered. Finish it off. Not great to just be sitting here. Hopefully, at this point in the game, you wouldn't be being attacked. It's 5 minutes in, but a lot of people have started rushing on the server, so you might have to deal with some crawlers, you might have to deal with some drogs. Oh, wait, sorry, not drogs, daggers. Now's when I noticed that my silicon's not getting enough coal, so just upgrade those. It adds some more coal. Probably still is not enough coal, even with those, but it'll work, and very soon I'm going to get a new silicon maker that will make a lot more silicon. In the meantime, more graphite. More power, more graphite. Graphite needed for everything. And now we can make some more silicon. So my silicon things, well, pretty soon I'm going to switch to making silicon just out of oil extractors for the coal, instead of connecting to coals, just because they're easier to put down. You don't have to do this extra step of connecting up your coal. This little coal thing I've got, coal to silicon, it's nice. It takes about 7 units of coal per second, so that's an air blast, plus a little bit more. So I'm putting down a little bit of extra stuff. I realized I'm out of titanium. That's not great. This isn't a perfect build order. But add more titanium at last, because I was just surviving off those handful of small graphite drills for titanium up until this point. But now we've got titanium flowing faster, and we can finish off the bigger silicon operation and claim another hex. Now we're up to 3 hexes, despite the fact it says only 2. Didn't catch the latest one, and I know I deleted that graphite conveyor earlier. I didn't even have the hex. Now I have it. Now it's all connected. It's all set. And we need more power, I want to say. Yep. This power design, a little bit different from the other one. It's clunkier, but it produces a little bit more power because it's got 9 coal power generators. Now we've got enough power. At this point, you might be making units yourself if you're getting attacked, or if you're close to somebody. You probably have already had to defend yourself from someone else attacking. But because I'm open, I checked the minimap a few times, there's nothing coming at me, I'm going to go straight for plastic. Very ambitious. I wouldn't usually have plastic at this point in the game, but if you can do it, because plastic's very useful. Mostly for overdrivers, for making revenants. If you're on the air maps, you can make revenants here. They're very nice too. That's the biggest air attack unit. But this plastic maker I have set up takes a full belt of titanium. A full titanium belt of titanium, yeah. Works great. Added more titanium in the meantime. Graphite, you can see, is still fairly low, even though I've set up a couple of graphite makers. But I decided silicon was more important. Silicon you need to make pretty much all of the units. So that's why it's important. And you want to have plenty of it. Check the map. There's nobody else has popped in. Gotta check the map frequently to make sure you're not about to be attacked. That's if you've got early warning on units coming at you, you can make some defenses. If they just surprise you, they can destroy all your goodies before you have a chance to save them. I realized I'm gonna be low on power in a minute, so let's make some more. Maybe cap a new hex? Maybe not. I use this slightly smaller power hex whenever I don't have a full 16 squares of coal to put on, because it doesn't quite need a full 16 squares. But let's finish off this hex. Got extra silicon, we got extra graphite coming out here. You can see these powers just popping on. You kind of do want to be at the limit of your resources, which I am most of the time in the early game, because if you're not, then you're not building fast enough. And it's always good to throw down a few batteries, like I just did. That gives you a few more seconds to react after your power has suddenly gone negative. And at this point in the game, you need some more drops, because I'm looking at my copper and lead. It's dropping precipitously right now. That's because drops cost a lot of copper and lead, but I know that I'm going to need a bigger income than what we started with. And now it's time for even more graphite, but I haven't decided which direction I want to expand. And maybe we need thorium more. Yeah. It's okay, not a perfect build order, but thorium's running a little bit low. Let's add some more thorium. More power, more thorium. Ideally, I would be expanding even quicker if I need to, but again, there's no pressure on me, so I've already got 5 hexes. I'm not defended at all, rare, but don't need to defend myself. And since I've got a lull, well, let's make some Metaglass. Metaglass, it's not that important for this open map, but some of the stuff, and there, I missed the last conveyor belt for the meta, and I don't think I ever fixed that, so use subtle mistakes. But anyway, meta, you need it to fire through cyclones or fire your scatter tower, so it's a good anti-air ammunition. You can plug it into those towers, and then it's also needed for handling liquids. So if you've got your liquid pumps or your liquid conveyors, then Metaglass, you need it. But I'm going for extra graphite because it's a ground map, and that means I'm probably going to make fortresses. That's the best ground unit. So you need a lot of graphite because those ones, instead of taking titanium and silicon like some of the other high-powered units, they take graphite and silicon. So we need more power, we need more silicon, we need more graphite. And then we can build some fortresses. And now I'm going to build this giant sand power thing. When you have enough resources to do it, do it. You can see in the middle it's got an overdriver that takes the plastic, so I need plastic before I can build this thing. I mean, you could build it without, still works, but works 50% better with the overdriver. So 7k power. Well, I think 6k. Yeah, something around that. This design is very common. A lot of players have it. At this point, it's nicely compact and lovely. And I'm building a trident launcher there. Trident is very important also, as soon as you can afford it, because it improves your build speed a lot. So you can keep up with other players. Now that's down. I've got really all my basic stuff down. That little shot I made, that was what the Trident ship does. It launches giant bombs. But in this server, the AA server, player damage has been nerfed, so you really can't destroy anything of your opponents. If I just flew around attacking their stuff, it would never die. And right there, I missed the water extractors on the multi-presses, so I think I'll come back and fix that in a minute. But now I'm kind of wandering around. There's not anything critical. I'm not being attacked. I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I want more silicon, because I know, in a regular match, that's what I would need. Silicon to make units. Check power, 5,000 power. We're all set there. Sand power, but may as well make some more. 5,000 doesn't last that long. And you can use it to take a new hex, so why not? Let's grab this hex. Only those 2 small graphite drills have to be on the sand. The rest of this thing I could put anywhere. So that's convenient to remember. Oil extractors really don't take very much sand. They're fantastic little units. And right there I noticed the graphite wasn't working. Added the water extractors. And now I'm thinking, alright, that's pretty much everything I wanted to accomplish, so let's destroy the opponent. That, of course, is a large fortress building complex. It's designed so that I can drop just 8 at first and then expand it if needed. See, I've got 9 hexes, he's only got 1 hex. If I take 1 more hex, it's over, unless my opponent takes at least another hex. If they've got 2 hexes, then I think you've got to get to 15 to end a match by domination, but if they only have 1 hex, then you just need 10. So here, gonna make some more lead, because I noticed that's what I'm lacking most. Rare. That means I need more drogs. Yeah, more drogs. And more drogs. But this is going to end the game and the build order video. But I'm well set up at this point to take on anyone who pops into this server. I would quickly mass a whole bunch of units and attack them happily. So that's GG. Thanks.